truly united as one school. Next year will be the best year ever at Manor. To the disgruntled RVC and MAP advocates, I say to you that you should finally stop taking up the board's time and rather look to yourselves and your own leadership for why MAP isn't moving forward at Manor School. Because it sure is clear to the majority of the district, you wanted your own school and you got it. Good for you, that's awesome. And as a result of this achievement, the district made a very sensible decision to discontinue the MAP program at Manor, period. If RVC can't open its doors, that's truly unfortunate. But it has absolutely nothing to do with the district, nothing. I actually overheard an RVC advocate telling her kids that, quote, they took MAP away. What a stunning untruth to say to your children. They didn't take anything away, you did, because you have no doors to open. Now, not having had a truly viable location in mind as you set out to become a charter strikes me as being kind of irresponsible, but maybe that's just me. And let's just call a spade a spade. Various disgruntled RVC advocates keep writing and Facebooking about serving all the kids. But they don't really mean that. They don't mean all the kids. Once again, they only mean their kids, the 5% of the district that keeps bullying everyone in its sight to take precious time and precious resources away from the 95% until they get everything they want and then some more. My family has been at Manor for just barely 4 years now, and already I've watched the board spend countless hours and dollars on this subject. The truth is very much that having MAP at Manor School these past 20-odd years has not been a success for all the kids. In fact, quite the opposite. And I won't even go into the way my own precious, innocent kids have suffered due to this, and how they've been actually punished by some of these RVC advocates just because I dared speak my mind. All the children indeed. Some of this behavior by parents is shocking. Anyway, as a Canadian, and as an actual socialist, long before it was ever hip to feel the burn, I say fine. Congratulations to RVC for getting its own school. Good luck with that. You got what you wanted. You got what you asked for. Meanwhile, the rest of us are moving on. And so I say to the district and to this board a very hearty congratulations for being able finally to make Manor Elementary School into the excellent, truly united public school that it should be, and where we will continue to welcome every child and to foster in each of them a love of learning, even if some of the parents may have differing opinions. Finally, Manor at peace. Thank you.
Who would like to speak next?
Hey.
Andrea's comments, and I just have to say that Robin's comments, Heather's comments are and what the board has recently done and the district has recently done are the exact things that make me so just disgusted with this community I've chosen to live in. It's awful. It's an awful feeling.
Yes,
the
it is.
law provides
Can I ask
that people should
don't
have
comment on
educational
people's comments?
choice. The legislature, the governor, there are multiple laws that require school boards to encourage and foster and support educational choice. We are just doing what the law encourages you all to do and have not been willing to do. And so to people to vilify us for what we are doing, looking out for needs and desires that are different for some families and some kids, and to make us out to be the bad guys, I am tired of it and I'm disgusted with that behavior. It is infantile, and it's just shocking that we are not modeling in a better way for our children. If you really wanted to unify Manor School, what should have been done would be, as any business does when they're trying to roll out or achieve some big new tricky thing, you talk to the stakeholders, you get their buy-in, you make some compromises, The MAP community, what they care most right now about is that their children get the kind of education they signed up for. I would have never been in this district had there not been the MAP program. I did not want to be a part of a 400-kid school. It was too big for me. Wanted nothing to do with it. The MAP program gave me a smaller community with a guarantee that all 6 years I would have teachers that were going to teach my kids the way I wanted them to be taught. Not luck of the draw every year. I was not up for that. I wouldn't be here today. So to go to the stakeholders and say, what are you willing to give? And believe it or not, you guys may not be willing to admit it or recognize it, MAP would have been willing and happily gone along with rallying behind a unified manner. We know we're going for the charter, we get it. We get why you might not want to support MAP next year and you want to work toward a more unified campus next year. We get you want to consolidate classes for money, whatever, it's not the choice we would have made, we would have put kids first, then money. But to come to the people, the parents, and say, what is everyone willing to give a little so everyone can be happy and rally behind a united campus? K-5 people would have said, we don't want there to be a separate MAP program, we want there to be some integration, we want this to be a united campus and not this distinction, we don't want there to be MAP-specific events, we want there to be Manor-wide events, and that's it. Get it. We would have done it happily. We would have rallied behind PTA and Winter Fair and continued doing programs at Manor like Peace Coaches and whatever else at Manor School. But now everyone is so upset and angry, I don't think you'll find one MAP family who has the energy or the desire to invest time and energy in a Manor being unified next year. So I think you've shot yourselves in the foot. If the goal, which you've stated, is to unify Manor School, I just think you've made the entirely wrong choice of how to go about achieving that goal. So I hope you'll consider how to support PEG in trying to salvage whatever possible remaining hope for a positive school climate there might be there next year, and I don't know what it is, but I'm not looking forward to next year at all, and I don't think very many people are. So I don't think it's going to be the best year Manor has ever had.
It could be.
It could be.
If you don't carry that.
We'll
banner.
make it.
Yeah, hi, my name's Ryan O'Neill, and there's so many horseflies on that story, I can't even begin to start. I think the MAP program is a magical program. I'm gonna come out and say it. You rarely see parents and organizations that are that engaged and that supportive of what they believe in. I think it's magical, but again, it's magical to them. So I see the kids in that program. I think they love the program. I think they love the teachers. I think they got a good idea. I'm not knocking what they got going. But you don't come home and ask for a divorce and say, well, in a year, if you want a divorce, you walk in, you claim you want a divorce. Okay. Good luck to you. We've been together 20 years. It's time to move on. It's time to move on. How can you possibly ask for the divorce and expect the spouse that's remaining to leave a room for you? That's insane. That's not rational. I love the fact that they want their program, they want their own campus, they want to do it their own way. Yes. Yes, the board said yes, the state said yes. I think you can do it. I'm not against you. You are a well-connected spin machine of people that stand together as one. It is strength. It should be used for good. It's impossible to me, as someone who has sat on the other side of a dais and ruled on things, to believe that you want everybody else to think that the 95% of the other people that are affected by your decisions are wrong. Read a couple of these quick comments. Done a great disservice to your kids. Lack of communication. Take a deep look at how your decisions were made. All of those you represent lack vision. Little hope of unity next year. I'll tap on what Andrea said about little hope of unity next year. Jason Morrison sat up at a meeting that was recorded and said, if you don't get us what we want, we're going to make it miserable at Manor School next year. So good for the board for listening to that threat. And good for the board to push that aside and not let that happen. They're going to threaten to make our school miserable? Move on. Homeschool. Go to your own little happy place. Don't take it out on my kids. I got first and fourth and they're happy and healthy. I got in here today, I walked over that dog park. Every dog at that dog park gets along. Every one of those dogs knows how to talk to each other.
All the time?
Everyone. The people, the owners of the dogs are the problem. The one thing this boils down to is not this board and not our superintendent. It's the ship captain, the RVC ship captain that drove that boat into the ground. You, MAP parents, have the right to want what you want, but don't blame these people here. Blame your leadership. You blame Andrea, you blame Con, you blame Sharon for making decisions that forced this board to move on without you. Good luck.
you. This will be our last comment. We had 12 people.
I just need you and maybe to be a little bit more cognizant that there's young people in the room and that managing the comments that are coming out of people's mouths that have been directed at the families. I'm kind of appalled in a public venue that you're allowing this to happen as board president. But I don't want this to be the last comment, but I am asking you very respectfully to help people edit their vitriol. It's clear that there's a lot of anger. People are trying to be respectful, but I'm not hearing it being managed very well.
Thank you.
Dan, I'm sorry, I wasn't here on time to put in a card. Is there any chance I could speak?
Sure. So Sharon and then Angela and then we'll be done.
Okay.
And okay, but
Hi, my name is Sharon Sager, and tonight I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I remember when I was seated as a trustee at that table, and when Mary Jane Burke swore me in, and it sticks in my mind, and it did all the time I served on this board, which was that I know that all of you make very difficult decisions all the time, but what Mary Jane told me, and stuck with me, was she said, always when you're making decisions, always think about how it affects the kids. Because it's really easy for people in a room to get upset at other adults and to not like